Hi, it's Jo again. I've got a little sequence for you to do if you've got stiff shoulders or a stiff upper back. If you've been feeling tight or tense, then this should hopefully feel really nice for your body. So put some comfy clothes on. You just need a bit of floor. You don't need a yoga mat. You can put a towel down if that's what you've got. And we'll start sitting. You can kneel or you can sit cross-legged, it doesn't matter at all as long as you're comfortable. We're actually going to start by massaging our face, which is a really calming thing to do for your nervous system, for your body. So take your first two fingers, bring them into the beginning of your eyebrows, so that center point between your eyebrows, and then draw them across the eyebrows, down your temples, over your cheeks, and then up the back of your ears. And you decide how hard you go with this, it doesn't have to be hard. Bring them under your eyes, go across your cheekbones, over the tops of your ears, and down the back. And we're just going to do this a couple of times, starting with the eyebrows, down the sides, up the back, under the eyes, over the top of the ears. And you might notice as you do this that you kind of drop into a bit of a calmer state. Go with that, it's a good thing. Sliding under the eyes, over the ears. Same two fingers, part them and rub in front of the ear and the back of the ear. And you'll find those little bones behind your ear. You decide how hard you rub, just keep going. It doesn't have to be hard. It might feel nice to do it quite firmly. And then just draw your fingers down the side of your neck. And you could use all your fingers now, just gently drawing down your neck to your collarbones, down the front of your neck, nice and gently. And then moving to the back of your neck, you might go a little bit firmer, either side of your neck spine. Just a couple more. And then just release your arms and take a moment just to assess how that feels. And if that feels really good, know that you can do that for a lot longer. You can give yourself more time with that. For now, I want you to interlace your fingers and bring them behind your head. And then breathe in, lift your chest up, send your elbows wide and look up toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, round your spine and just very kindly draw your head down. Be gentle with your neck, breathing in, opening your elbows wide, lifting your heart. Breathing out, rounding your spine, dropping your head, elbows can draw in. Two more with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. No, there's no way of being bad at this. You just listen to your body and move in a way that feels comfortable for you. Just let your breath lead. Breathing out, curling in. Breathing in, reaching your elbows wide, lifting your heart. And then come back to the center and bring your hands onto the ground. Come to all fours, just for a little bit of cat-cow, wiggling your spine about, really any kind of wiggles that feel good. You might round your back and drop the weight of your head down, tuck your tailbone, and then breathe in, moving your chest forwards, lifting your tailbone. And you could do anything really. You could sway your ribs from side to side if that feels good. Start to really imagine all of the bones in your spine and make this a bit of an exploration of what's going on in your back. And you might notice that some of your back feels quite stiff and some of it feels really good to wiggle about. So you just close your eyes, drop into this movement. And keep your breath nice and steady. As you breathe out now, you might open your mouth, stick your tongue out and take a lion's breath and go. Breathe in through your nose. Breathe out. Lion's breath. One more of those. Exhale. Big breath out. And then let your spine come back to a neutral position, just a flat back. And take your right foot out to the side. Send your left leg away from you and come into a gate pose, lifting your left arm up above you. Make sure that right hand is under your right shoulder and that you feel nice and steady here with your foot on the ground. And then circle that top arm, sending it forwards and down. Big circles, and move your shoulder as much as you like. So you might turn your whole chest as you move your arm. Start to breathe in as you sweep the arm up. Breathe out as you send it down. Get your neck involved. Anything that feels nice. You could close your eyes to do this if you like. Take a couple more big circles. And then you're going to lower the hand down. We're just going to go the other way. So your left foot kicks out, right leg goes long, right arm lifts up above you, and then start to circle the arm, sending it back, sweeping it forwards. Notice how your shoulder's feeling. It might start to get a little bit warmer. And if there's any stiffness or tightness, any kind of twinges or niggles, we all get these in our joints, especially at this time of year. Another big breath. Breathing out, sweeping the arm forwards, up and back. And then come back to all fours. Take a moment, make sure your hands are under your shoulders and your knees are under your hips. And then I want you to step your left foot forwards and bring it between your hands. And you're going to lift up into a low lunge. So arms are coming off the ground. And you're going to breathe in and lift them up towards the ceiling. And then we've all got different hips. Some of you might like your hips lifted slightly. Some of you might want to sink forwards a little bit. You might try both, see which feels nicest for you. And then breathe in, really stretch your fingers up and away. And as you breathe out, squeeze your elbows back and down. Do a big sigh. I'm going to do this a couple of times, breathing in to reach up. Breathing out, bending the elbows, squeezing shoulder blades together, big breath out. Inhale. Exhale. And again, breathing in. And breathing out. Take your right hand to hold your left knee. Left hand comes to your lower back. Give your lower back a little rub, especially if it's been sore. And if this feels good, you could just stay here rubbing your lower back. If you want to go a bit further, reach your arms forwards and back. And allow your chest to twist round to the left side now. So twist all the way from your belly. Relax that left shoulder a bit, doesn't need to help out here. Use your belly to twist around. Keep breathing. One more breath. And then take that right hand down to the ground and reach your left arm up above you. And you've got a choice here. You could keep that back knee down, or you could tuck the toe and lift the knee up. So you're in a lunge twist, pushing into the ground through that right hand, reaching up with your left fingers. And you can look up or down here, maybe try both, and you decide which feels nicest for your neck. Take another breath here, breathing nice and steady down to your belly. And as you breathe out, lower that top hand and come back to all fours. Tuck your toes and really slowly hover your knees off the ground. And then keep going, lifting your hips all the way up and come into a downward facing dog. Bend your knees as much as you need to in this pose, so you can really stick your hips up in the air, pushing into the ground through your palms. And don't worry if your legs never go straight, if your heels never come down, it just doesn't matter in this pose. Take a little wiggle with your hips. Bend one knee and then bend the other knee. Any kind of movements you want to do. And could you maybe come back to that big breath in through the nose, and as you exhale, open your mouth, lion's breath. One more breath like this. And then slowly come forwards, come into a plank pose. Some of you might adjust your hands slightly. It's the top of a push-up position. If you're tired or your energy levels are flagging, just drop your knees, that's totally fine. Otherwise, keep them up, push back through your heels and let your spine get nice and long. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, knees come to the ground and slowly roll all the way down so you're lying on your belly. And then slide your forearms along the ground. We're going to come to Sphinx pose. Make sure your elbows are underneath your shoulders. Point your toes, send them away from you, and then push your palms into the ground. And once you feel connected to the earth, could you draw the ground back towards you a little bit? So you'll notice how your chest moves forwards, you can let your shoulders soften, and just enjoy this feeling, belly on the ground. You might notice it as you breathe. Collarbones are broad, lots of space across your chest. And then really gently drop your left ear towards your left shoulder. Roll your head down, right ear to right shoulder. And you're just going to do this a couple of times, rolling your chin down, then taking the ear to the shoulder, just getting into your neck, being kind and gentle, noticing how it feels on one side and then the other side. 2 more. Go slow. And then release. Come back onto all fours where you started. And this time it's your right leg that's going to step forwards, coming between your hands. Come up into a lunge. Reach your arms up. Big breath in. Breathing out. Squeeze your shoulders together. Send your elbows back. Do that again. 3 more. Big breath in. You can look up. Big breath out. 2 more. You go at your pace. We all breathe at different paces. Last one. And breathing out. So we're going to twist the other way now. Left hand holds right knee. Right hand comes to lower back. Rub your spine. Maybe stay here, or maybe open your arms wide, twisting all the way from your belly up across your chest. Relax your shoulders. Keep breathing. And then take that left hand to the ground. Right arm reaches up. You could tuck your back toes and lift the knee, or you could keep the knee on the ground. Just take a moment, stretching those fingers up towards the ceiling, looking up or down. Stay with it. And then take the hand down and step back onto all fours again, where you began. This time walk your hands forwards. Come into puppy pose. So you're dropping your chest towards the ground, resting your forehead on the earth, and you're keeping your hips above your knees. And you can take any sways or wiggles you like. You might want to stay still. Just let your breath move right into the back of your body now. So as you breathe in, your lower back and the back of your ribs fills with breath. And as you breathe out, let your chest get quite soft. Let your heart sink down towards the ground. Take 2 more breaths like this in puppy pose. And then really slowly, walking your hands back, come up to sit. And sit comfortably, so you could sit on a cushion, you could kneel, or you could sit with cross-legged, whatever suits your body better. You could do this in a chair, if you'd rather. And we're going to wrap our arms in a bind, which is called an eagle bind. And there's lots of different ways of doing it. So reach your arms forwards, right arm's going to come on top of left, and then you're going to bend your elbows. And from here, you're either going to hold onto your shoulders, or you're going to bring the backs of your hands together. I'm going to change position so you can see. Some of you might wrap your arms around one more time and bring your palms to meet. Some of you might hold on with your thumbs. Whatever you do, lift your elbows and start to feel all of that space between your shoulders. And like we did at the beginning of the class, you're going to breathe in to lift your arms up and breathe out to round your spine and bow forwards. And whatever position your arms are in, even if your hands are on your shoulders, just keep going with your breath, lifting as you breathe in and rounding your spine as you breathe out. 2 more, nice and steady, nice and slow. Notice what your back is doing, how your ribs are feeling, how your neck is feeling. Last one. And then back to the center. Undo your arms. We're going to go the other way. Open them wide. Find lots of space. And then wrap left arm on top of right. Bend at the elbows. Your choice. Holding shoulders. Backs of hands. Thumbs might find each other. Palms might find each other. None of these are the better one. They're just all different bodies, different things. And then breathe in. Lift your arms up. Same thing. Breathe out to bow down. And just keep going. Find a little rhythm that makes you feel calm and steady and connected. And if this is really uncomfortable, just tone it down slightly. Go slow. One more after this. And then release. And just give your shoulders a little wiggle. Hopefully you feel a little bit more space. You might feel some warmth in your shoulders. We're going to do one more stretch before we lie down. Take your right leg out to the side and pull your left foot in so your knees bent. And we're just going to stretch to the side over this right leg. So drop your right arm down. It can rest on your thigh, or it can, back of the hand can come to the ground. And it's your left arm that's going to breathe up and over. And just find a side stretch. It can be quite upright, or some of you might be really reaching for your toes. Could you bend your elbow a little bit wherever you are? Soften your fingers. You might give them a little wiggle. And then focus on your chest and turn it up as much as you can towards the ceiling. And that might mean that you can't bend as far, and that's totally fine. Allow your chest to lift. And notice if you've stopped breathing. This often happens. Can you keep breathing? Send your breath right into those left ribs. Keep your right toes peeling back towards your face so your foot is flexed. You'll be feeling this in your ribs, in your side, in your hamstring. Go with it, stay with it. Take a big breath. And then come back into the center. Go the other way. Left leg goes out to the side, right leg tucks in. You're going to fold to the side over the leg, so drop the arm either to your leg, onto the ground, reach the right arm up, all the way over, find that side stretch, and then soften the elbow, soften the fingers, and turn your chest up slightly. You might look up to the ceiling, you don't have to. Again, you could look down to the ground, it might be nicer for your neck, but keep your heart and your chest turning upwards. Keep breathing. Take one more breath in this pose. And then release and come back into the center. So I want you to set yourself up for a proper rest, either on a chair, really comfortably, or just lie on the ground and get cushions off your sofa, get a blanket, make it really good. Give yourself time to set up so that you're really comfortable for your rest. So what you might do is get a cushion. I've got a bolster, but you can just use cushions off your bed or off the sofa. And when you lie on your back on the ground, you might put these cushions under the back of your knees, something under your head, a blanket over your body. Drop your arms out to the sides and just really let yourself relax into the ground. But if you found another position that's more comfortable, then go with that. Just make sure that you can let go. And don't worry if there's noise around you, if you're in a busy house, or if you can hear children's noises or whatever's going on. Can you still maybe allow yourself a few minutes of rest? Close your eyes wherever you are and start to just notice how your body's feeling after that little bit of movement. Deeper breath. And can you start to really let go into the floor? So as you breathe out, relax your shoulders. Could you part your teeth slightly so your jaw is relaxing? Relax your hips, let the weight of your legs really rest on whatever's supporting them, the ground or the cushion or a chair. And just starting from the tips of your toes, can you start to really relax your body? So softening your feet, the soles of your feet and the tops of your feet. Your ankles really relax. Relax your legs, your right leg, your left leg, and your hips, right in the hip joint. Can you just let that go? Relax your belly, chest, shoulders, and the whole back of your body. Let your arms feel heavy and softly resting on the ground or on whatever's supporting them. Relax your fingers, your palms, and the backs of your hands. Relax your neck, jaw, cheeks, forehead, all of the bones of your skull. Imagine that your brain was a muscle that you could relax. And allow yourself, as long as you can, as long as you need, to just lie quietly. Give yourself this rest as a gift, as if you were giving it to somebody you really, really loved. Receive it as a gift. Stay as long as you need.